Caitlyn Jenner now joins us.
Wait a second. After that opening?
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
That's the campaign?
Yeah. I'm moving on. Yeah, that was the scariest thing I've ever heard. Yeah.
Well, it's all true.
It is true. It absolutely is true. First of all, I got a gift.
Oh, thank you. What is it?
I know.
love gifts.
We're into the face mask thing out here in California, so I thought I would get you one.
Hannity supports Caitlyn. He's not allowed to. He's on the news. Okay.
Recalled Gavin Newsom.
By the way, I support the recall.
Yeah.
Let me be very clear.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing when you think about it. I just have such respect for athletes. You know, you didn't win the gold in '72. You came back in '76, and you won the gold. A great Olympian, a great champion. And you really, well, I always say politics is a blood sport.
It is.
And a part of me say, what the hell are you thinking? This is hard.
It was not an easy decision. It took an awfully long time. I've always been involved in politics. For the LGBT community, I used to go back. But in 1973, I graduated from college in Iowa. I packed up my 63 VW Bug and drove across the country, everything I owned in the back seat. And I was coming to California, the Golden State. I went to San Jose. Why? Because San Jose was where all the great athletes lived. I had met him in my first Olympics in 1972. And me as a decathlete, I wanted to learn from all these other great athletes. In fact, in 1976, we placed fifth as a nation with 3 gold medals, a silver and a bronze within a 5-mile radius of my house. I put myself with some of these great athletes and I learned so much. I want to do the same thing now. I want to take that same fight, that same spirit, go to Sacramento, surround myself with some of the smartest people out there. I am an outsider. I understand that. Smartest people out there, because now I'm on a race for solutions. I need to find solutions to be able to turn this state around. I absolutely love this state. I'm a fighter, always have been. I come from a long line of fighters. My grandfather was in World War I, was in the dead pile. Somebody was walking by and heard a moan, and they said, oh my God, somebody's alive in here, and pulled him out, and he wound up going on and living a very good life.
Dead pile, I mean, they thought he was dead.
He thought he was dead. Yeah, he had the tag on his foot and everything. But went on to live a good life. My father, when he was 19, in fact, welcome to my hangar. This is actually my hangar. I have pictures on the wall of my father over there when he was 19. When World War II was breaking out, he wanted to fight. And so he joined the 5th Ranger Battalion. Landed with the first boats on Omaha Beach. 364 guys in his division, 60 came back alive.
Wow. Let me get into...
And just so... He's buried at Arlington with all his buddies. And I thought to myself, you know what? If we can fight, because we got to fight, and you say it all the time. If we can fight, somebody's got to stand up. You know? I'm not going up Omaha Beach. I'm going up again in Sacramento. But we have to change things. I love this country. I'm a patriot. I love this state. The state's done so much for me over the years, but I've watched it crumble right in front of my eyes. And you got to stand up, you know? And so I knew it would not be easy. I knew it'd be tough. But you know what? California's worth fighting for. And that's what I'm doing.
Let's talk about, I want to, in the course of the time we have here together,
Right.
I want to get specific.
Okay.
On very specific issues. Let's start with a general overall, overarching. I want you to grade Gavin Newsom. I want you to define what a compassionate disruptor is, words you've used to describe yourself. And then we'll get into the specifics of what it would take to for California, a state you clearly love, to recover? And are you a
Gavin
Republican
Newsom,
or
yeah.
Democrat? You know,
What I see in Gavin Newsom is a politician up to special interests, makes his decision as a politician in special interests, and the hypocrisy that is going on right now. It's like there's one set of rules for Sacramento, and there's another set of rules for everybody else. I mean, you've seen the video of him at the French Laundry, okay? I can't go down to my restaurant, and all the employees in that restaurant down there are not working, okay? And he's up there dining. We see Nancy Pelosi. I can't go to my hair salon. All the salons in my town are closed. Nobody can go in there. Nobody's working. People are losing money. But she can sneak in. And it's the hypocrisy of what's going on. Yes, it is a dynasty, I guess you could say, in Sacramento. They've really been in charge for the last 40 years. I mean, we had Reagan come in a little bit, Arnold come in a little bit as Republicans, but it's been a dynasty. And as we see what happens here, and in the recall, everybody was behind the recall. They needed 1.5 million votes. They got 2.1. But of course, the Democrats had to verify every signature. Isn't it shocking?
it doesn't shock me.
And eventually they had wound up, after they disallowed like 500,000 of them, and they had 1.6. So the recall is on. But I'm really fighting against the hypocrisy that's going on there. He's been bad on every issue. He's bad on taxes. Obviously, the most taxed state in the nation. He's been horrible for business. Obviously, companies are leaving left and right. 18,000 companies have left California. My friends are leaving California. Actually, we're at my hangar. The guy across right over from me, he was packing up his hangar. I said, "Where are you going?" And he says, "I'm moving to Sedona, Arizona. I can't take it here anymore. I can't walk down the streets and see the homeless." I don't want to leave. Okay, either I stay and fight, or I get out of here.
Let's describe, you can answer the specifics. Are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? Are you independent? And I really want you to define this term, a compassionate disruptor. What is a compassionate disruptor?
I've kind of played around with that term. And originally I started out as a compassionate disruptor. And then I was thinking the other day, I think I'm more of a thoughtful disruptor. I have common sense. Okay, I see what's going on, and I see no common sense in politics and why they're doing it, besides only for political reasons. And I have always been on the Republican side just because I have conservative economic values. The old saying, lower taxes, less regulations, a more friendly business environment. And we don't have that in California. But socially, I've been much more progressive all my life. I get it. People do need help. We need programs. But you cannot have social programs without an economy. Doesn't happen. You just don't have the finances to do it. And that's what's happening here in California. And so it's been so frustrating for me. I don't care. Honestly, I like everybody. I'm friends with everybody.
I don't like everybody. There are people I don't like in life. But
I can get along with anybody, Sean. I can get along. So honestly, I don't really care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, a libertarian, vegetarian. It doesn't make any difference to me. I want solutions. If the Democrats are able to come up with great solutions, I am behind that 100%. Solutions to bring this state back and to give the power of this state back to the people and not to special interests in Gavin Newsom.
Now let's get to specifics.
Uh-oh.
No, uh-oh.
Let's go. Hit me with it.
California is a sanctuary state.
Yes.
You have sanctuary cities. Would you eliminate sanctuary status for the state of California?
I would keep it a sanctuary state for small businesses.
Meaning?
Meaning, I want small businesses to come into this state. I want people to create wealth here. I want them to employ people, yeah. But as far as immigration, no, I am not on that. We need to spend some money to have a fair and equitable immigration system. in this state.
Gavin Newsom, for the record, he's given $500 checks to illegal immigrants.
Yes.
Guaranteeing health care for illegal immigrants.
Right.
He's guaranteeing education for illegal immigrants. It's a big issue. What would you do different? For example, if you could, would you continue building the border wall?
I am all for the wall. I would secure the wall. We can't have a state, we can't have a country without a secure wall. You have two questions here. One is stopping people from coming in illegally into the state. And then the second question is, what do we do with the people that are here? We are a compassionate country, okay? We are a compassionate state. Some help. I mean, some people we're going to send back, okay? No question about that. But I have met some of the greatest immigrants into our country. I had a guy the other day, and he was Spanish, and I've known him for 17 years. And I said, you know what, come over here. I want to learn something. You know, what is your status? And he said, I've been in this country 17 years. This is a gentleman. I mean, this is the greatest guy. I want him to be a U.S. citizen, okay? He's an asset to this state and to this country. But he's been trying for 17 years to get citizenship. He says, I'm hoping...
Did he come in illegally, or did he stay over?
I think it was on a visa.
On a visa.
Yeah, and stayed. But he's been there, but has lost 2 jobs because he didn't have legal status. He finally got this other job where I met him. And he is the nicest, greatest guy. He would make... I would do everything for him to stay here. And you have to deal with it. We have to modernize. We have not modernized our immigration system in the United States to make it possible to people to immigrate into this country.
Let me ask the question.
It's such a ridiculous
Would you
process.
allow the state to work with ICE and enforce the laws? In other words, people get out of jail. They are supposed to be deported. Would you eliminate all of the sanctuary status that currently exists in this state?
I would do my absolute best to do that. It's not going to be easy, but I would do my absolute best. I am for securing this state. I am pro law enforcement. I am pro border protection. Okay, ICE, pro ICE. We need these people, and they do a wonderful job.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.